Here we go.
But I said, if you gave me Mahomes, if you gave me Lamar Jackson with his great legs and Mahomes' great arm, or you gave me Baker Mayfield, who would I want? I would want Baker Mayfield, and the reason why is because Baker Mayfield.
I really think that now this is the worst case scenario for the San Francisco 49ers, is that they're going to have to cut ties with Jimmy Garoppolo if I were them. What? Oh my God! Whoa, man!
In any event, Kyle Gibson is definitely my NL Cy Young Award. Rock on, Gibby.
And even
Oh my!
No way! Oh my God!
Damn it, guys. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I don't know what to say. I mean, I really don't. I'm at a loss for words right now. I can't believe the crappiness that I'm watching right now on the field. Like, this cannot end like this. This really cannot. Like, you cannot end like this, man. Like, oh, all this amazing season. You win the division for the very first time, and you know, and you potentially get bounced out in the very first round. Like, this cannot end like this. This just cannot end like this. This cannot end like this, man. It just cannot. You know, folks, what's going on? Welcome into another edition of Sports Weekly. Sorry, we were doing a show earlier, but had some tech issues, and you know, the show ended up cutting on me. But folks, I am in a state of shock. I am in a state of angriness. I'm in a shock of just being very disappointed and upset. This cannot end like this. This just cannot end like this, man. It really cannot end like this. You know, I wore this gorgeous shirt, this gorgeous Red Phillies Fanatic shirt this morning in anticipation for what I thought was a Red October party in New York. And instead, we got a blue and orange party in Citi Field in New York as the Mets go. And let's face it, they whooped our ass earlier tonight in Citi Field to take a 2-1 lead and push the Phillies to the brink of elimination with Game 4 coming tomorrow night. We're going to talk about that here on Sports Weekly. You don't want to miss it. I got a big rant coming for the Philadelphia Phillies. We're going to talk about the Dodgers and the Padres, game number 3 at Petco Park. The Dodgers are now on the brink of elimination. We'll talk about some notable key takeaways from week number 5 of the NFL season. We'll talk about the big news in the NFL. Robert Saleh is no longer the head coach of the New York Jets. And then we will talk about also big takeaways from the NBA preseason thus far. If you like what you guys are watching, go ahead and like and subscribe. Give us a quick follow here on whatever social media platform that you guys use, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're all over the place. Give us a follow and a like. We would really, really appreciate it. Also, my friends, Ben Cruz, Loro, they might be coming on tonight. We'll see. But if you guys have some thoughts, go ahead, put in the comment box. I'll do my best to read your comments live on the air. But let's get into it. Game number 3, Phillies and the Mets from Citi Field. The Philadelphia Phillies having a great comeback in game number 2 to pull the series even at 1 game apiece. Well, the Mets, ladies and gentlemen, turned from this. That's what they turned from that into happiness. The New York Mets beat the Philadelphia Phillies, led by a gorgeous outing from Sean Manaea. Yep, right there. That's what they turned into. The New York Mets beat the Philadelphia Phillies by a final score of 7-2. Home runs by Jesse Winker and Pete Alonso led the way, and timely hits by Jose Iglesias and Francisco Lindor, and also a gorgeous outing pitching-wise from Sean Manaea helped lead the way for the New York Mets. The Mets are now 1 win away from doing the improbable, and that is going to the NLCS. It would be something that nobody, and I mean nobody, even people in New York, did not see this potentially coming. The New York Mets going to the NLCS. I mean, wow. But they're 1 win away from that. The Phillies will play the Mets tomorrow night in Citi Field, trying to avoid elimination. Rangers Suarez goes for the Phils against Jose Quintana. But let's go and dive into this game, folks. And folks, I have nothing to say but just say it out loud. The Philadelphia Phillies are in a whole world of trouble right now. The Philadelphia Phillies better get their head out of their butt and figure this out, because this team is too talented. It's too freaking talented for this to end like this. This cannot end like this. We cannot get bounced out of the first round after all the accolades, after this great regular season, the great start to the season. We cannot end the season like this. That just cannot happen. And you know what? I don't understand this Phillies team right now. I really don't. And this is what pisses me off so much, is the fact that you have all these great hitters: Harper, Castellanos, Realmuto, Trey Turner, Schwarber, Bohm. You have all these great hitters, and they're not hitting. We're paying them so much money. We're giving them, Buicks and golden purses and, gold stuff and all these great stuff. And what they do, what are they giving us back? Nothing in return. They're not hitting. The postseason is supposed to be the biggest stage ever. It's when the lights come on. It's when people show you who they really are. And the Philadelphia Phillies are showing us they are a massive fraud. They are an amazing team in the regular season. But guess what? The regular season doesn't mean squat. Nobody cares what you do in the regular season. People care what you do in the postseason. And they're not doing anything in the postseason. Just look at this stat right now. The Philadelphia Phillies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters are 6 for 74 in this series. 6 for 74 against Mets pitching, who you're not facing prime Clayton Kershaw or prime Tim Lincecum or Max Scherzer in his prime, or Roger Clemens, or all these, or Randy John, Roger Clemens, Randy John. You're not facing top-notch, elite, future Hall of Famer pitchers. If you were facing all those guys I named in this series, then I would get it. I wouldn't give you flack for that. But guess what? The Philadelphia Phillies are facing guys like an injured Kodai Senga. They're facing guys like a David Peterson. They're facing guys like Luis Severino, who was so bad with the Yankees, he got cut from the Yankees, signed on with the Mets. He hasn't been himself the last several years after his Tommy John surgery. You're facing guys like today, you're facing Sean Manaea. Well, guess what? Sean Manaea last year was piggybacking between the rotation and the bullpen. He had a 5-point-something ERA. And somehow, some way, in this series, I'm going to put that stat back again. The Philadelphia Phillies guys that get paid all this money, that have the lavish mansions, that have the Buicks and the Cadillacs and all these fancy cars. They're getting the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters are 6 for 74. What the heck is going on right now? We pay all this money to Schwarber, to Harper, to Castellanos, to Trey Turner, to Bohm, and all these great hitters, and they're 6 for 74. You have got to be kidding me against these scrub pitchers. This is a joke, man. This happens every single year. These hitters get paid a lot of money and they don't perform in the postseason. We don't pay you for the regular season. We pay you for the postseason. And it's a joke what's going on right now, man. They're swinging at bad pitches. I mean, I think it was Real Muto swinging at a pitch that was like so far outside that it could have gone by the catcher. There's just nothing to putting the ball in play. Like, this is, everybody goes up there to try to whack a home run. It's like, what are you guys doing? Move the runners over. You're a team. You don't have to be a hero. And everybody thinks right now for the Phillies, oh, we got to be the hero. We got to be the hero. We got to be the guy that swings for the fences, that, hits that grand slam, that hits that 3-run homer and puts the team on his back. No, you are a team for a reason. There's a reason why the batting order is 9 hitters, not 1 hitter. There's a reason why. And this is the problem with the Philadelphia Phillies. They're playing selfish baseball right now. They're not playing team baseball. They're playing selfish baseball. And that's the problem. And let's talk about the pitching staff. Shall we? Let's talk about the pitching staff. The bullpen. Every year it's the same thing. It's like Groundhog's Day. The bullpen for the Philadelphia Phillies. We have a bullpen every year. We improved the bullpen. We got Estevez. We got this guy. We got this guy. We got this guy. And same thing. We cannot perform in the postseason. And this is why I just want to rip my hair out, is because watching Phillies games, when they have the guys like Halladay and Oswald and Lee and Hamels and Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins, like those guys were big postseason performers. This team doesn't perform in the playoffs. Every year, the bullpen is the same thing. They have a great regular season, but come postseason time, they absolutely crap the bed. Like, you're facing, like at the Mets, let's face it, they don't have, their hitters are not like super great. Like, they have like Lindor, they have Alonso, those are their superstars, but you have a washed up JD Martinez, you have Brandon Nimmo, who's decent but not a superstar. Jeff McNeil hasn't played at all this series. Francisco Alvarez, Luis Angel Hernandez or Acuna is a rookie. Like, dude, this bullpen has given up 13 runs in 9 innings. 13 runs in 9 innings. You know what ERA number that is? That is like an 8-point-something ERA. You have guys like Estevez, who is an amazing closer. You have a guy like Orion Kerkering, who's got great stuff. You got guys like Toffman. You've got guys like Matt Strahm, who was an all-star. You have guys like Jose Alvarado, like Rob Thompson. Why did you not go to Alvarado in this game? I don't understand. Why have you not gone Alvarado more? Why has Alvarado not had a big role in this series, especially against those Mets left-handed hitters? Like, I just don't understand, man. Like, our bullpen was supposed to be the key, but now, no, like, they don't know how to pitch. Like, the problem with this team is we're not clutch postseason performers. We're frauds in the playoffs, and that's the problem. And now the Philadelphia Phillies, it's like they don't have any urgency whatsoever. If I'm Rob Thompson, you don't know what I'm doing. Your season is on the line. Your back's against the wall. I'm telling Zach Wheeler, I don't give a damn that you just pitched in game 1 on Saturday. You are pitching on short rest because we absolutely need the game tomorrow. You cannot throw out Ranger Suarez. You just cannot. This dude started the season out amazing, and then he tapered off massively, and he had a 5-point-something ERA. You're really going to go with a 5-point-something ERA guy to go in the most important game of the season? That is a joke from Rob Thompson, man. You cannot do that if you're Rob Thompson. Go Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler on short rest is better than Ranger Suarez on normal rest. Go with Zach Wheeler, please, for goodness sake. Every Phillies fan is begging you, Rob Thompson. This season cannot end like this, and you cannot let it get to Ranger Suarez against, in a game 4. You just cannot. And Citi Field is going to be rocking. You know how to quiet Citi Field? Stout, excellent shutdown pitching with your ace, on the mound. That's what the Philadelphia Phillies need. I don't know what the heck the Phillies are doing. They just confuse. Every move they make is just the wrong one. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping tomorrow we can go and celebrate, but it doesn't look likely right now. It doesn't look likely from what I'm seeing right now on the baseball field. These hitters look deflated. They look like every time they're down 1-0, it's like we're down 6-0. They look like, they quit. They are just not seeing the ball. Everybody's playing selfish baseball. They're not passing the baton like Francisco Lindor said. That's what the Mets are doing, why they're doing it so well. They're not playing selfish baseball. They're playing team baseball. Everybody's passing the baton. It's you get on base, you move the runners over, you drive them in. Pass the freaking baton. But the Phillies aren't doing that. When they go to the plate, it's, we got to hit that homer. We got to hit that homer. We got to be hero. We got to be hero. And that's the problem with the Philadelphia Phillies right now. And that's why I'm so ticked off with the Philadelphia Phillies. This whole lineup, man, paying everybody all this money and getting such little value back for our buck, man. It's a pathetic joke. And the Phillies, you better slap your head. You better get your head right and get your head out of your butt and start playing team baseball and figure it out. Because like I said, this cannot end like this. This just cannot end like this. It cannot. Not against our arch rival. Not in the first round. You cannot lose in the first round. You cannot lose in the first round. This just cannot end like this. So we got to figure it out. We have to figure it out. I would go Wheeler in game number 5 or 4. I wouldn't even trust it on the shoulders of Ranger Suarez. And like I said, if the Phillies lose tomorrow, massive changes are going to come to Philadelphia. You can book that right now on the money. Anyways, let's get into Dodgers and the Padres. The game number 3 of the series, the Padres and Dodgers tied 1 game apiece. And folks, look at this. This has been one of the best postseasons of all time because every series in the first of the wild card round, it wasn't like the series turned out to be, we only had 1 game number 3, but every game was pretty epic and went down to the wire. And then in the DS, every series going into the 3rd game and going into the other stadium is tied at 1 game apiece. I mean, that's crazy. Like, that is freaking insanity right now. Dodgers and Padres. Padres beat the Dodgers 6-5 to send Los Angeles into the brink of elimination. The Padres, a big home run from Fernando Tatis Jr., and also, they get great pitching from their bullpen. Michael King was all right, but they get great pitching from their bullpen. And the Padres beat the Dodgers 6-5. Teoscar Hernandez hit a grand slam to pull LA within 1, but that was all she wrote for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Let me just say this. I know I'm a Phillies fan, but if the San Diego Padres end up pulling this series down and beating the Dodgers and winning the NLCS and going to the World Series, San Diego owes me a statue either in front of Petco Park or in front of Gallagher's Park or in front of downtown San Diego, or heck, put it by the beach or put it by the parking lot that was Qualcomm Stadium. San Diego owes me a statue. They owe me a statue if the Padres end up reversing the course. Because who had a lot of faith in the Padres to do this? Yes, your boy. Your boy had a lot of faith. I picked the Padres to beat the Dodgers because I said that the Dodgers' lack of pitching depth very worries me, because after Yamamoto and after Flaherty, it's a washed up Walker Buehler and the guy named Landon Knack, who I just got informed is not going to even be pitching tomorrow. It's those guys going up against this vaunted Padres lineup led by Tatis. You got Machado, you have Cronenworth, you have Jackson Merrill, you have all these guys. They're loaded. You can't throw scrubs out there on the mound to face these guys. And I said that lack of depth was going to end up what's costing the Dodgers. And you saw it right now. Dodgers had to take a 2-0 lead in the series to to have a good, confident shot to win it. Because if you did it, guess what? You're gonna be 1-1 or down 0-2 going back to San Diego to face a guy named to face Walker Buehler, who's not the same, to face Landon Knack, who's never pitched in the postseason. You would be screwed. And right now, the Dodgers are screwed because the Dodgers lost game 2. They lost a prime opportunity, and now you go back to San Diego and Walker Buehler. Let's face it, he's not the same, dude. This guy doesn't have the stuff anymore. He's leaving pitches over the plate, and guys like, I mean, look at Tatis tonight. I mean, that big, massive home run right over the wall. And then he was just getting obliterated out there on the baseball field. He stood no chance against the San Diego offense, and this is why the Dodgers are going to lose. It's because of the lack of pitching, starting pitching, and also because the offense is like the Phillies. They just cannot hit. You're paying guys so much money. And, I know Ohtani had the big home run in game 1, but outside of that, he hasn't done it much. Freddie Freeman has been very quiet. Teoscar hit the home run tonight, but game 2, he was nowhere to be found. Mookie Betts had a home run tonight, but other than that, he's been very quiet in the playoffs. The Los Angeles Dodgers, they are in a world of trouble. And like I said, I think Dave Roberts is going to get fired immediately if the Dodgers were to lose game number 4, because that would be such an embarrassment. They're not hitting. They're just very injured right now. I don't know what you're doing if you're Dave Roberts. I just got told that it's going to be a bullpen game, which is pathetic. I mean, you talk about the Phillies starting Ranger Suarez, the guy that has a 5-point-something ERA. In an elimination game. I'm going to say this. I think they should pitch Yamamoto. I think Yamamoto is coming off that elbow injury in the shoulder, but I think they should do it because your season's on the line. There's no tomorrow if you lose. Your season is on the line, and you got to throw your best out there. And that's why I think Dave Roberts, going with a bullpen game, I don't think it's a smart idea. I really don't, because do you trust that bullpen of the Dodgers? Be honest. Do you really trust that bullpen of the Dodgers? I don't trust that bullpen of the Los Angeles Dodgers. I think they're very inconsistent, especially the middle relief. We know Kopech's great. Trinan, he's had his moments, but I don't really trust that bullpen. I think that it's a massive mistake. And I think that I don't know why you don't just do Yamamoto on short rest. Yamamoto's got amazing stuff. He can probably get you like 4 innings of work, and then you turn it over to the bullpen at that point. But I just don't know if you're the Dodgers. What do you do? What do you do if you're the Dodgers? It's like with the Phillies. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for answers. That's the same thing with the Dodgers right now. Like, they're not hitting. The lack of pitching depth is, obviously very obvious to everybody. And the Padres just look like the better team, and not to mention the fact that the Padres look like they're in the Dodgers' heads. They're just running the Dodgers' minds. And every time the Padres do something, the Dodgers have not answered or have been very slow to counterattack. It just seems like the Padres or the Dodgers are just very, 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 very afraid of the San Diego Padres. And it looks like it's flipped from the Padres being afraid of the Dodgers to the Dodgers being afraid of the Padres. And Dodgers just got to hit. That's what they got to do in game number 4. They got to hit. They got to hit. They got to hit. That's plain and simply what they've got to do. They got to work the counts. They got to get on base, and they just got to do what the Phillies need to do as well. Get on base, work the counts, and also move runners over and play team baseball. I mean, that's what everybody's trying to be hero right now. You don't got to be hero. Play team baseball, and then that's what you got to do. And they just got to get off to a great start, because like the Phillies, if you get off to a bad start, it's gonna be like, oh my God, here we go again. We're screwed, we're deflated, we're gonna lose. No, you got to get off to a great start in game number 4. The Padres, Tatis, wow, what a player. I mean, the aura, this guy comes up big every time, he is at the plate. He just comes up with a amazing moment. But, Michael King, I'll give him credit. He was a warrior tonight. He battled hard. The bullpen for the Padres, Tanner Scott was terrific. Robert Suarez was terrific. The middle inning guys were very, very terrific as well. In shutting down this potent LA offense. And then, I do want to give some credit to a guy named Jackson Merrill. I've been very wrong on Jackson Merrill. I thought Jackson Merrill would be a bum, but turns out Jackson Merrill is actually a damn great rookie, and he's been coming up big. Came up big in the regular season, postseason time. He's come up big as well. So, yeah, the Dodgers are on the brink of elimination. The Dodgers and Phillies are in big trouble, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens the rest of the way. Before we get into football, we'll take a little break real quick. We'll take a little break, and we will be right back here on Sports Weekly. But before then, let's take a little commercial break. We'll be right back here on Sports Weekly.
But I said, if you gave me Mahomes, if you gave me Lamar Jackson with his great legs and Mahomes' great arm, or you gave me Baker Mayfield, who would I want? I would want Baker Mayfield, and the reason why is because Baker Mayfield.
I really think that now this is the worst case scenario for the San Francisco 49ers, is that they're going to have to cut ties with Jimmy Garoppolo if I were them. What? Oh my God! Whoa, man!
In any event, Kyle Gibson is definitely my NL Cy Young Award winner. Rock on, Gibson.
And even no way! Oh my God!
All right, we're back here, guys. Let's get into some football. Because who doesn't like football? We all love some pigskin here tonight. If you guys like what you're seeing, go ahead and give us a like and a comment here on the MI6 Sports Network as well as the IM6 Network. And I'll be happy to read your comments live on the air. But let's get into the biggest news of the day, and that is the Jets out of nowhere stun the world. They fire head coach Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh out in New York City. So the Mets pull off a massive win, and the Jets end up firing head coach Robert Saleh, folks. My thoughts on the Robert Saleh firing is this reeks of Aaron Rodgers. This reeks of Aaron Rodgers, and what Aaron Rodgers wanted, Aaron Rodgers gets. Aaron Rodgers runs the New York Jets. Let's just face it. If you don't think Aaron Rodgers runs the Jets and Woody Johnson runs the Jets and Joe Douglas is the guy that does what he wants and gets what he wants, you are delusional and you need to be drug tested ASAP. Aaron Rodgers runs the Jets. And this firing reeks of Aaron Rodgers, because here's the thing. There has been reported tension already between Robert Saleh and the owner, Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson did not hire Robert Saleh. Folks, you guys need to know that. Woody Johnson did not hire Robert Saleh. Woody Johnson was away in Europe, being the ambassador for the United States to Europe, or to Britain, I think. And his brother, Christopher Johnson, was the one that hired Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh was not hired by Woody Johnson. And Robert Saleh, from the reports, never seemed to or the owner wanted to get rid of the head coach, but then thought against it. So not surprised that the owner did not like him. And also Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh has had tension since the start of the season. I mean, from Aaron Rodgers Robert Saleh throwing Aaron Rodgers under the bus and saying, oh, it was an unexcused absence when Rodgers went to Egypt, to what happened on the football field against the Patriots. They score a touchdown, and then Robert Saleh goes to hug Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers shoves them away. And then what happened last week when they're playing the Denver Broncos. Robert Saleh saying that I think that we should do away with those cadence stuff, the pre-snap stuff, because it's really screwing up our operation. And then Aaron Rodgers in his own post-game press conference basically he disagreed with his head coach, and he said that no, I don't think any of the pre-game stuff or the pre-snap stuff is the problem. There's been tension between the coach and the quarterback. There's been tension between the coach and the owner. And, let's face it, this is Woody Johnson's team. This is Aaron Rodgers' team. Woody Johnson and Aaron Rodgers gets what the heck they want. And that's what and also today there were talks that Saleh was going to fire his Hackett or his strip play calling duties away from Hackett. Clearly, Rodgers was not in favor of that. So that's why Robert Saleh is not now out in New York, not Aaron Rodgers or Woody Johnson. Not a surprise. Surprised that it happened this quick. I thought at least they would maybe let Saleh finish through halfway through the season, but it was clear Robert Saleh was going to be fired. It was just a matter of time until he was going to be let go. Robert Saleh is a very good offensive mind. Very good defensive mind. Their defense was one of the best defenses in the NFL. And I think that, here's the thing. I don't think Saleh was the issue. Like, I think, Aaron Rodgers has not looked like himself. He's looked very, very rusty, especially against in the Broncos game. And even in the Minnesota game, he looked very, very rusty. You've seen it with Kirk Cousins. All these guys that come back from torn Achilles, they need at least like half a year to a year to get back to their full self. I mean, Kirk Cousins was very, very rusty in the beginning of the season. He's had some spurts of great moments. He's had some spurts of bad moments. That comes with rehabbing and coming back from a torn Achilles. That's really what happens, especially for a veteran quarterback. So, I think that Robert Saleh was a scapegoat. I don't think that he deserved to be fired. I think that he deserved to see this season through. Because if you're the Jets, right? Like, you named Ulbrich your interim head coach. I'm surprised they didn't name Nathaniel Hackett their head coach or their interim head coach, because that's Aaron Rodgers' guy and that's who Aaron Rodgers wants and loves. But not a surprise that Saleh was fired. When you and the owner and you and the quarterback don't get along, listen, this is the owner's team. This is Aaron Rodgers' team. You are going to get pushed out. So not surprised there. Robert Saleh is gone. Who should replace Robert Saleh? I wouldn't be shocked if Bill Belichick, yes, that's right, I'm going to say this. I would not be shocked, folks, if Bill Belichick ends up replacing Robert Saleh and being Aaron Rodgers' next head coach in New York. The reason why is because it just seems like they're meant for each other. Belichick has loved Rodgers for a very long time. Rodgers has had a great relationship with Belichick. He's one that, Belichick is someone that Rodgers knows he will get along with. They're both very weird personalities. And here's the thing. In Bill Belichick's heart, he wants to get back at the New England Patriots for what he thought the Patriots did wrong by pushing him out. So why not go to the Jets? You get to face the Patriots in 2 years every 2 years every year, or 2 times every year. You get to be in the same division. You get to show Robert Kraft that he made a mistake. It's a freaking perfect fit. We know Belichick holds grudges. We know he's a very spiteful person. So I think this is setting up for Bill Belichick to be the next head coach of the Jets. He's already got some talented players on defense, and he's got a Hall of Famer veteran quarterback that he doesn't have to draft a quarterback or get a young guy in. He knows Aaron Rodgers. He's got some good weapons in Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. They might get Devontae Adams. We shall see. But, folks, like I said, this is shaping up for Bill Belichick to be the next head coach of the New York Jets. That's what this is shaping up, and I won't be shocked if it ends up happening. I don't think the Jets make a move in season. I think they'll do it after the season, but wow. Robert Saleh fired, not a surprise. Coach and quarterback didn't get along, and you know what? Quarterback always wins in that situation. Let's go to the other big story of the day. Drake May has been named quarterback 1 of the New England Patriots. He replaces Jacoby Brissett, who is being benched. And let's face it, the Patriots offense has not looked good whatsoever under Jacoby Brissett. So Gerard Mayo decides to make a change. My thoughts on this move of Drake May being quarterback 1 of the New England Patriots is that I think this is a really bad decision by Gerard Mayo and Elliott Wolf to go in that direction. I think that this is a bad move. I know a lot of Patriots fans are saying, "Oh, we want to see Drake May. We want to see Drake May." Here's the problem. He is your future. You're setting him up for failure right now. This offensive line is so damn bad that if you put Macklin Celebrini and the Sharks hockey team on the field, they would be able to bull rush past those guys and to the quarterback. That's how pathetic this offensive line is right now. You put any college team out there, their defense would be able to bull rush the Patriots offensive line and get to the quarterback. Doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. They don't have any weapons right now. The receivers can't get any separation. They're not as explosive. Nobody fears the Patriots offensive weapons at wide receiver or tight end. What they do is they just stack the box and stop the run, and they know the Patriots cannot get a passing game going. So even if you put Drake May there, it doesn't matter because who's he going to throw to? The wide receivers can't get separation. He can't find anybody. Nobody's open. And then he gets sacked because the offensive line just cannot protect him. I think this is a really bad move. I don't think you should play him. I think that he's going to end up getting hurt, sadly, because of this decision. And even if he doesn't get hurt, he's going to either get hurt or he's going to get his confidence ruined because he's going to throw pick after pick after pick because nobody's open, and then he's going to lose his confidence. And we've seen it when quarterbacks, young quarterbacks especially, lose their confidence. We've seen what happens, and that is they're just never the same. And I don't want that for Drake May. I want Drake May to play in this NFL for 15 to 20 years like Tom Brady. But it's not going to happen if you put him in this situation and, you know, he ends up getting sacked a lot, he gets hurt, or he ends up getting throwing picks after pick after pick and having a really bad season, and everybody's going to be down on him. He's going to be down on himself. He's going to lose confidence. And then he's not going to have it again, and then you're screwed. So if I'm the Patriots, I am biting the bullet. I'm eating the rest of the season. I'm going to just suck. Get Travis Hunter, get an explosive offensive weapon, fix the offensive line, and then play him next year. And I think that that would be a better decision if you're Robert Kraft, Gerard Mayo, Elliott Wolf, and the New England Patriots. All right, folks, let's get one last NFL topic before we get into some basketball, before we call it for tonight. Before that, though, folks, let's take another commercial break. Let's take another commercial break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Your boy's got to get some water, so let's go into a commercial break. We'll be right back here tonight. All right, folks, let's get into some week 5 takeaways. I will give you my 49ers team, my report on the San Francisco 49ers. And then, we'll get into some NBA and then we'll call it a night. It's been a great sports weekly here on the MI6 Sports Network as well as the IM6 network. Like I said, if you guys like what you're seeing, go ahead, comment, and I will do my best to read your comments live on the air, folks. Let's get into some week 5 takeaways, but I want to start off with my thoughts on the San Francisco 49ers. Folks, the 49ers gets shocked by the Arizona Cardinals and their head coach, Jonathan Gannon. They lose 24-23 to the Arizona Cardinals, and now the Niners are 2-3. The Niners get outscored. They didn't even score a single point in the second half of that game. They lose by they get outscored in the second half by a final score of 14-0. Arizona beats the San Francisco 49ers at Levi's. Folks, you know, sorry, guys. I pushed the wrong button. It's been a long day, guys. Sorry about that. My thoughts on the Niners 24-23 loss to the Arizona Cardinals is the Niners suck, folks. We flat out suck. I'll tell you that. I'll be brutally honest with you guys. The San Francisco 49ers, they suck. They stink. And I don't know what we're gonna do to fix our season. I'm not overreacting. We suck. And here's why we suck. Because the defense cannot stop anybody. And you know how we had this amazing, flawless defensive performance against the Patriots? Well, the reason why we had that is because the Patriots suck too. They suck worse than us. So all of the Patriots' crappiness just masked all of the Niners' issues. And then we had this great performance and we ended up thinking to ourselves, oh, we're back. When in reality, it was like putting lipstick on a pig. You know, it doesn't matter. You make the pig look good. The pig still stinks. It's still a damn pig. And the problem with the Niners is the same issue. The defense can't stop anybody. We can't get after the quarterback. We have Nick Bosa. We have all these guys getting paid a lot of money. They're not making any impact whatsoever. You know, we can't stop the run. I mean, you know what's really sad, guys? Arizona is not known for being a physical football team. They're not known for their physicality. They are known for being a finesse team. And guess what? Arizona just lined up against our defensive line and just said, you know what? We don't care if you're the Niners. We don't care if you're the defending NFC champions. We don't care if you have Nick Bosa and you have Leonard Floyd, and you have Gross Matos, and you have Fred Warner. We don't care if you have all these beasts on your defense. We're just going to line up against you, and we're going to run it right through you, and that's what they did. Arizona ran for over 180 yards against our defense. Kyler Murray, the third play of the game, he had an easy 50-yard touchdown run. I mean, it was just wide open. Guys were it was like Moses parted the water. I mean, the water was just parted. Everybody just moved out of the way, and Kyler Murray just scrabbled, and then bam, right there for a touchdown. And in the third quarter, I mean, the second half, it was just so pitiful, folks. James Conner looked like turned into Marshawn Lynch out there. We could not tackle him. We tried to tackle him from guys. We tried to tackle him with 4 to 5, 6 guys, 7 guys. It didn't matter whatsoever. The 49ers, folks, what they did was they couldn't tackle him. 7 guys tried to tackle him. Nope, it's just keep running right by you. I mean, it was just the most pathetic performance ever, man. The defense can't stop the run. The defense can't get after the quarterback. The defense can't cover the wide receivers of the opposing teams. It's just so pathetic, man. This defense is a joke. This defense is playing just downright soft football, man. They're soft. S-O-F-T. They're soft on every single level. The defensive line is soft. The linebackers are soft. The secondary is soft. It's just soft football whatsoever. Just so pathetic, man. And then the offensive line can't block. We already knew that. The special teams is so freaking atrocious right now. We don't have a kicker. That sucks. Moody got hurt, which sucks. We can't kick whatsoever. Our return team, our kicking coverage team is pathetic. I just don't know to what the heck to do with this team. I mean, I know people were telling me, "Oh, if Jordan Mason doesn't fumble, we win the game." Well, guess what? If Jordan Mason doesn't fumble, we're either gonna be having to go for it on fourth down because we can't kick it because our kicker is hurt, and then we most likely wouldn't get it because our offense was so bad in the second half, or we would get into the end zone, but guess what? We would give it right back because the defense would just let Marshawn Lynch 2.0, James Conner run roughshod right up the middle against our defense. That's how pathetic that defense was, and we got to get our act together because like the Phillies and the Dodgers, we are paying these guys so much money, and they're not giving us value for our buck. Where has Leonard Floyd been, folks? Leonard Floyd, he was our big free agent acquisition. He was supposed to be the great pass rusher to the right, on the opposite side of Nick Bosa. He's been nowhere to be found. Nick Bosa himself has been nowhere to be found. Where's everybody been? Where's all these high-priced players? I mean, all these guys. Charvarius Ward is constantly getting beat in coverage. We're just getting constantly beat. It's just so pathetic. I wouldn't be shocked if Kenneth Walker ran for over 200 yards against us because that's our run defense is just a joke right now. It's bad. It's bad in Niner land right now, and it's just an atrocious loss. You can't lose to the Cardinals. You can't lose a game like this that you should have won. Same crap every single time the Niners play, man. It's just a freaking joke, and I'm not done with this team. I'm down on this team right now. And yeah, it's bad right now. The Niners, man, they just hurt my heart. They ruined my Sunday, and the offense, listen, Mason had his little run. He's been not as effective lately. Brock Purdy, don't blame Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy played well in this game. He's played well all season. I know he's got 4 interceptions, but still, he's got to take chances, especially when the defense can't stop people, especially when the offensive line can't block. He doesn't have time to throw the football. Do not blame Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has played well. It's just the other stuff that's supposed to be with this team. They can't do anything. They can't stop the run. They can't get after the passer. They can't cover on defense. Offensively, they can't block. And that's a recipe for disaster. We're getting beat on both sides of the trenches. When you're getting beat in the trenches, you're not going to win. And that's plain and simple what's going on right now. The Niners better get their act together because Mike McDonald runs the Ravens defense. He's had Kyle Shanahan's number. It's in Seattle, loud. It's going to be loud as hell. Thursday night football, man. It's going to be fun, but they got to get their act together because we got to start playing better football. Biggest takeaways from week 5 of the NFL season is Zach Taylor might be done in Cincinnati because have you seen that defense? What the heck was he doing going conservative and taking the ball out of Joe Burrow's hand in overtime? Like, what? That is coaching malpractice at its finest. Really, you have a superstar quarterback and you're going to, in overtime, Ravens defense has been getting gashed by him and his arm all game long, and you take the ball out of his hands and run the football. Like, you got to be kidding me, Zach Taylor. That is a joke of an offensive play calling performance that I've ever seen in my life. The Bengals are 1-4 right now. They've got a hard schedule coming up. Who knows what they're gonna do moving forward? I don't know what they're gonna do. We shall see. But you missed the playoffs last year, and everybody blamed Joe Burrow's injury. Okay, fine, you got to pass on that. But now this year, if you miss the playoffs again, well, then the alarm bells are going to be ringing in Cincinnati. There's going to be changes happening in Cincinnati, especially with in that division. The Ravens aren't going anywhere. Steelers are dominant right now. You cannot waste the prime of Joe Burrow's career. You really cannot. And the Bengals, they got to get their act together. You have this too much talent for it to go south like this as it has right now. So the Bengals got to get their act together. The second other biggest takeaway is Cliff Kingsbury, folks, is making football fun again in the nation's capital. I mean, this offense with Jaden Daniels is so much fun to watch. They just completely whooped the Browns. It was just so great. Jaden Daniels throwing on the run. throwing in the pocket, moving around with his legs. I mean, it's just been so fun and electrifying to watch. And Dan Quinn with that defense, they're playing complementary football right now. And that's what a winning team looks like. When your offense is putting on an explosive show, when your defense is getting enough stops. They're not great, but they're just doing just enough to get stops and get the ball back to their offense. I mean, this is what a winning football team is doing, and that's what the Commanders are doing right now. So proud of Dan Quinn and so proud of Cliff Kingsbury. I know he got bashed a lot, but hey, maybe it's great that he left the Cardinals and ended up going to Washington. The other biggest takeaway that I have from week number 5 of the NFL season is that the New Orleans Saints, who were once a darling in the NFL, they are in a world of trouble because they started off 2-0. They look like one of the best teams in the NFL, and now the New Orleans Saints have dropped the last 2 games. Their offense has come crashing back down to earth. And their quarterback, Derek Carr, is expected to miss multiple weeks with an injury. And now the Saints are now looking potentially. Spencer Rattler is going to start. We don't know how he's going to be. Maybe he could be the next Brock Purdy. Maybe he could be that spark. But normally rookie quarterbacks have not fared well, in their first season. So it's going to be a long learning curve, especially for a guy who's coming to the NFL. He never ran a pro offense in his life. He's coming to the NFL. Basically very, very raw. I think the Saints are in very big trouble. And I think the Saints, you could be looking at potentially New Orleans dropping 5 or 6 in a row. And then we're going to be talking about Dennis Allen because he was already on the hot seat to begin with. The first 2 games of the season masked what was a flawed football team. And now, if you're starting 2-5 and 2-6, there's going to be questions. There's going to be a lot of questions. And I don't know how Dennis Allen sadly makes it into November if this continues for the Saints. So those are my biggest thoughts and takeaways from week number 5 of the NFL season. It's crazy, folks, right? That we are already in week number 5 of the NFL season. Let's take another commercial break, and then we'll come back and we'll pick our games on the next segment of the NFL. All right, guys, let's get into week 6 picks. Wow, it's week 6 of the NFL season already. Week 6 picks time, folks. Wow, week 6, that is insanity. That we are already in week 6 of the season. Let me just pull up the week 6 games right now, and then we can go ahead and get our picks in here tonight. All right, let's get into it, folks. We got our week 6 picks right here, ready to go. And let's get into it, folks. Week 6 of the NFL season begins in Seattle. The Niners and the Seahawks play a very, very pivotal game. Niners and Seahawks. By the way, we do have some developing stories. Mike Schill, the manager of the Padres, has announced that it will be tomorrow night. It is going to be, folks. Dylan Cease will start game 4. So very pivotal game. Dylan Cease will start game 4. And this is the thing with the Padres and Dodgers that are different. The Dodgers are acting like this is game 4 of the preseason, of the spring training. The Padres are acting like this is game 4 of this division series. You cannot start a bullpen game in that situation. What are you doing, man? The Padres are going for the kill. You are going to try to, you are just having, there's no urgency. There's no sense of urgency from this Padres team. And I don't know what to make. I mean, I don't know what Dave Roberts is doing. I really don't. I don't understand that decision. I think it's a really just a downright mind-boggling decision by Dave Roberts to start a bullpen game. Like, these bullpen games sadly don't ever end well. I haven't really ever seen a team that, that season on the line started a bullpen game and that ended well. Like, it just shows lack of urgency from the Dodgers, and the Padres are playing to like tomorrow, like their backs are against the wall by starting their best pitcher. Just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the Padres what they're gonna do. I really don't know. I think it's just mind-boggling what's going on right now. I think we have a guest actually here. It says here that my guy Marshall is in here. Marshall, do you hear us? Oh, okay. Looks like Marshall is sadly gone right now. We hope to have him. Marshall, hey, if you want to come back, feel free to come back, and I will add you back on this program. All right. So let's get into our picks, folks. Let's get into our week 6 picks. It's going to be a fun week 6. We got a lot of great matchups here. Niners and Seahawks. Happy Seattle week to all my Niner fans out there. It is Seattle week. It is a big week. It's a big week here in the NFL. Niners and Seahawks, folks. I'm going to go with the Niners to win the game. Niners have owned the Seahawks in the recently. They have played well up in Seattle. Brock Purdy has played well in Seattle, but I think this is going to be a lot closer than a lot of people expect because like I said, I don't trust the Niners defense. The Niners defense has been downright atrocious. This season, they're getting gashed in the run. They're busting a lot of coverages. They're not getting after the quarterback. And here's the thing with the Seahawks offense is Kenneth Walker is a damn good running back. Geno Smith has had a good season. And you got these good receivers in Seattle with Smith and Jigba and Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, not to mention the secondary for the Niners is banged up. Talanoa Hufanga might not play in this, or he's going to be out because of a hand injury. It's just been a bad season. It's just been a lost season for him. I think the Niners, they have to go score to score with the Seahawks. They have to go score to score to match up with them. I don't trust the defense to get a stop. Mike McDonald, he's going to have the boys ready to go in Seattle because they hate the Niners. Niners and Seahawks is one of the best and biggest rivalries in the NFL. And I think that, it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be McDonald. I think the Niners will score. Seahawks will score a lot. Give me the Niners to win this game. I'm going to go final score of, I don't think we see a lot of, I'm going to go with a final score of like 34-27. I think that Brock Purdy has a big game. I think the Niners, we've seen it. The Seahawks defense has been very overrated. First three games, they were very good. Last couple games, they haven't. So give me the Niners to win this game. I'm going to go Niners winning this game 34-27. Now let's move on to the Washington Commanders, the fun Washington Commanders going up against the Baltimore Ravens. You know what? Baltimore's got a very good defense. Lamar Jackson has been good this year. They have ran the ball exceptionally well with Derrick Henry. Jane Daniels is playing at an extremely high level. Their offense is playing well. The defense, like I said, just does enough to give the ball back to the offense. I'm going to go with the Commanders to win this game. I'm buying into the Commanders. I'm buying into Cliff Kingsbury's play calling. I'm buying into the Commanders and what they're doing right now. I think that it's going to be a close game, but give me the Commanders to pull it out. Texans and Patriots, Drake May's first start going up against CJ Stroud. Obviously, Gillette Stadium is going to be buzzing in this game. For me, this is a very, very tough pick because I think the Patriots can make it competitive just based on the buzz of Drake May starting. The Texans have been they've been kind of like a weird team this season. So having said that, I'm gonna go with the Texans to win, but I think the Patriots make it very competitive just because of the buzz of Drake May starting. Let's move on to the next game. We have Browns at the Eagles. I'm actually going to go with the Browns, another road team. I think Philly's defense has been really bad this season, but they have been really bad. So I think Deshaun Watson will be able to snap out of the funk that season. The Browns defense has actually been very good this season. So I think they're going to cause a lot of issues for the Eagles offensive attack. Jaguars and Bears, it's in London. I'm going to go with, this is tough. I am going to go, folks, with the Jags. I think the Jags get their second win, but I think this is going to be close because both teams are kind of similar. Offense is sputter, but defense is not really that good. So I'm going to go with the Jags and Trevor Lawrence to win. Cardinals and Packers, a fun game. Kyler and the Cards riding high after the win over the Niners. Going into Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Jordan Love finally shook off the rust a little bit. They look better. I'm going to go with the Packers to win this game. It's at Lambeau Field. I think this is going to be more of a shootout because I don't really trust the defenses for both teams. Both offenses are very good. So I'm going to go with the Packers. Saints and Bucks. It's going to be another close game. Buccaneers at Saints. Buccaneers have not looked great the last couple of weeks. Saints have dropped the last 3 games, I believe. Yeah, they've dropped their last 3 games. Derek Carr is out. Give me the Bucks to win this game. Colts versus the Titans. Got to go with Indy. Titans not good. Will Levis always turns the football over. Joe Flacco has actually played very well for the Colts in the absence of Anthony Richardson. Steelers and Raiders. Raiders just suck. I mean, Raiders are a joke. Their defense is bad. They just lost their top big free agent signing in Christian Wilkins. Devontae Adams, I don't think it's going to even be there for that game. The Steelers, I think they should play Russell Wilson. I think you should play Russell Wilson because I think he's a better fit than Justin Fields. Fields has just been crashing down to earth recently. Cowboys and Lions. Give me Dallas to beat Detroit. I'm going to go with Dallas to win this game because I trust, I know I think it's going to be a close game, but it's in Jerry's world. Dak found a way to win that game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Lions have been rolling as of late, but it's in Jerry's world. I think Cowboys defense, they've been humiliated as of late. I think they come to play. And they play well. Bengals and Giants, believe it or not, I'm going with the Giants and Big Blue. I think Daniel Jones has a big day against the Bengals defense that has not been able to stop the run. It's a great situation for the Giants because they can run the football effectively because the Bengals defense can't stop the run. And then Daniel Jones, they can't even cover. So Daniel Jones, I think, will have a big day in this game. And then the Giants defense has not been bad. I think it's going to be a close game than a lot of people anticipate. But give me the Giants to pull it through. So that's one of my big upsets of the week. Bills and Jets. Jets fired their head coach, Robert Saleh, today. They'll have a lot of energy with now new interim coach Jeff Ulbrich. Give me the Jets, actually. When a team fires their coach, they always are amped up to play the next game, and they look totally different because they feel bad that they got their coach fired. So I'm going to go with the Jets. I think the Jets defense hounds Josh Allen. I think Allen has an awful day. I think he throws 3 picks in this game, and I think Aaron Rodgers and the Jets get their season back on the right track and pull it out. So those are my picks for week number 6 of the NFL season. Let's get into some basketball before we wrap things up for tonight. It's been a really, really fun show. Appreciate everybody for coming in and tuning in to this program. Let's get into some NBA basketball. is officially back. Well, not really back, but it's preseason basketball right now. I do want to give a shout out before we do get into the biggest takeaways of the preseason thus far, and that is I want to give a shout out to my guy Shams Charania, folks. Shams Charania has officially been hired at ESPN. He announced it yesterday on his social media platform account. But Shams Charania is joining ESPN to replace Adrian Wojnarowski. And folks, I am so freaking excited that Shams is going to ESPN. Yes, 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 yes. But you know why I'm this excited? It's because I've always wanted Shams Charania to be a member of ESPN. I think he's an amazing, amazing newsbreaker. In fact, he would always go toe-to-toe with Woj, and even though Woj beat him most of the time, still, he was above everybody but Woj. He's an amazing newsbreaker. Nobody is even close to being on his level. That's how great he is, and he's going to be a great replacement for Woj. ESPN, again, makes a big statement to everybody that, hey, everybody thought, oh, we were going down. ESPN is demising. ESPN is, on the downfall of everything. Well, guess what? ESPN the last year got Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Then they went and got Pat McAfee. Then they got Shannon Sharp. And now Shams Charania is now the lead NBA senior insider for ESPN. Shout out to Shams. So proud of my guy, Shams Charania, that he's there. ESPN, folks, ESPN flex their muscles and they sent a loud and clear message that, hey, we are still ESPN. We are still the best 4 letters of the alphabet, and we are still far and away better than any competition that we've had. ESPN is still ESPN. We are still the big boy, and you got to follow us. So shout out to Shams. Looking forward to seeing him on the Pat McAfee show. Looking forward to seeing him versus Stephen A. Smith on First Take when they go back and forth. And looking forward to him on ESPN's programs. Can't wait to see that. But folks, going into the NBA, folks, wow, what a amazing for the Lakers. They've lost their first couple of games of the preseason. I know it's preseason. I know it doesn't matter. It's the preseason, yada, yada, yada. But folks, I want you to see what I've been talking about and hyping them up. I want you to see this from the debut of my man, Dalton Connect.
Right side, he wouldn't have been able to get the up and under shot.
Reeves coming around to pick his Connect, pull up, corner of the key, got it! Nothing but net. Good little feed that time by Reeves.
And there's a little bit of the mid-range game that he possesses.
Boom, folks. This was me. The first game the Lakers played in preseason. Lakers basketball is back, baby! And all I gotta say is this, biggest takeaways from the NBA preseason thus far, folks, is how about Dalton Connect? Was I right or was I right? Dalton Connect is the third star the Lakers have been looking for so damn long. He is a welcome addition with LeBron and AD. He is going to be the next Klay Thompson, or the next Devin Booker. He fills that role that I've envisioned for Booker and I've envisioned for Klay next to LeBron and AD so so well. A guy that is a spot-up shooter that's going to get a lot of open looks, that can just knock those threes down. And when the threes are not falling, he is going to go for the mid-range game. Look, he's got a nasty mid-range. Just look at this video right here.
Right side, he wouldn't have been able to get the up and under shot.
Reeves coming around, a pick is connect, pull up, corner of the key, got it! Nothing but net. Good little feed that time by Reeves.
Look at that. Just coming around the corner, and then dribble the ball to the free throw line, and then bam, splash. That's what you see from Devin Booker. That's what you see from Klay Thompson. This guy reminds me a lot of Klay Thompson and Devin Booker. And he's perfect because, you know what? In his rookie year, he's going to get a lot of chances to hit those open threes because everybody's going to go for LeBron. Everybody's going to go for Anthony Davis. And the paint is going to be clogged. Well, that leaves Dalton Connect outside to hit those shots. And he's a rookie. He's already one of our best shooters on our team. And then, you know, if the threes aren't falling, get him driving to the lane for a layup because he's big enough to power through people, and also get him to the mid-range for that sweet, silky, smooth mid-range shot. It's perfect, man. And yeah, man, I cannot wait to see Dalton Connect. So impressed in his first game. I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. He is going to be an absolute steal for the Los Angeles Lakers. Other takeaways is, how about my boy LaMelo Ball, man? Coming off injuries, first time in action, 24 points in 23 minutes of play. Listen, this guy is a superstar in the making. This guy is a very talented player when he's healthy. The problem is he's always hurt, but when he's not hurt, he is a lightning rod player. He's an amazing basketball player. He could shoot it. He could pass it. He could go and score the basketball. He is a dynamic player, and I hope he stays healthy because with him and Brandon Miller, I think that's going to be a great combo for the Charlotte Hornets. And they need something, you know, they need something to cheer about in Charlotte these days because it's been just very bad, especially with the Panthers there just being awful. Having the Hornets there being good and LaMelo being great would be amazing for the Hornets. So great to see from LaMelo Ball. Other things in preseason, the Phoenix Suns, I think they're going to be I worry about their defense because we know the offense is going to be much improved, and they've shown it already in preseason. You know, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal have looked really good in the preseason. Their offense looks like that Mike D'Antoni run and gun style of play, but I worry about that defense. You know, can they stop people? Can they get stops? You know, last year with Frank Vogel, it was their defense was decent, but they just couldn't get they couldn't be good on offense. Now they're good on offense. Can they get the defensive stops necessary? But they moved the ball extremely well. They got Booker and Durant the ball in spots where they were really good at. So loved what I'm seeing from the Phoenix Suns. Loved the action on the offensive side of things. I'm pretty worried about the defense though. And then the other one is I'm happy for Lonzo Ball. I mean, Lonzo has worked so hard the last 3 years to come back. He's missed 3 years of play. I thought that he wasn't even going to play ever again because I thought that, you know what, when you come out on and say that, hey, I can't even like do simple stuff like pick up my groceries and put them away or lift my daughter up without feeling pain. Like that's a major, major, major red flag. And I think that, you know, when, you know, he had all those issues, couldn't figure out what's wrong with the knee, you know, couldn't lift his daughter up without feeling pain. That's a massive issue. And, you know, when you can't even do outside of like basketball stuff, then how can you get out on the court? But it looks like all these issues have subsided. The pain is gone. He's going to play in preseason. He's reported to training camp. I've seen videos of him at practice. He looks very good, very smooth. So very, very happy. And I hope Lonzo has a very, very good season this season for the Chicago Bulls. Anyways, guys, it's been a fun show. Appreciate everybody for tuning in here to the IM6 Network as well as the MI6 Sports Network. I hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as I loved doing it. It's going to be a great day in sports tomorrow. We got all the baseball action, Yankees, Royals, Tigers, and the Guardians. Games number 3, and then the pivotal game 4s. I mean, Dodgers and Phillies both on the brink of elimination. We'll see who or if both of them can stay alive and force a game winner take all game 5. Then we got some NBA action tomorrow night. We've got some college football. I think New Mexico State is playing tomorrow. So that should be fun. And then we have Niners, Seahawks, Thursday night football, as well as we have the Sharks opening up the regular season. Hockey is back, guys. The hockey is back. So looking forward to a great season on the ice. But folks, it's been a great show. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you again on both the MI6 Sports Network as well as the IM6 Network soon later. All right, guys, have a great night, and I'll see you guys next time.
But I said, if you gave me Mahomes, if you gave me Lamar Jackson with his great legs and Mahomes' great arm, or you gave me Baker Mayfield, who would I want? I would want Baker Mayfield, and the reason why is because Baker Mayfield...
I really think that now this is the worst case scenario for the San Francisco 49ers, is that they're going to have to cut ties with Jimmy Garoppolo if I were them. What? Oh my God! Whoa, man!
In any event, Kyle Gibson is definitely my NL Cy Young Award winner. Rock on, Gibson.
Oh my! Oh! No way!